Welcome everybody to another garage showcase by Amerlux. That's right, we're still working from home, trying to be safe, doing our thing, doing our part, keep people safe, keep ourselves safe. Hope you're all doing the same. My name is Bill Plegeman. I'm the Vice President of Marketing with Amerlux, and today I'm here to talk to you a little bit about indirect lighting and applications and things that go wrong with some of those applications. We're going to jump right into it. Some of the issues that you run into when you're talking about lighting applications, or I should say indirect lighting applications, is contrast on the ceiling. I've seen it over and over and over again. A lot of times you'll create a major hotspot directly above a pendant fixture because either the manufacturer doesn't have the proper distribution on the optics to really get that light to evenly light the ceiling properly, or it could be a result of poor craftsmanship in the installation. So the installer may have not hung it to the proper mounting height, mounted it too close to the ceiling, creating that hot spot. And they also may space those rows a little too far apart. Either the architect, lighting designer, or the contractor may just try to stretch them a little further to try to use fewer fixtures to light the space. But when they do that, they may light the space relatively even down in the environment, but at the ceiling, you're going to create a lot of hot spots and a lot of dark spots in between fixtures. And contrast is something you want to avoid if at all possible. And avoid, I'm going to show you exactly how you avoid that. Introducing Aerus by Amerlux. Aerus is a very thin profile comfort series, recently introduced. It's a indirect direct luminaire. So you're going to get 73% uplight and you're going to get 27% of the light down. So we're going to try to keep the comfort as under control as possible. I really believe that the Aerus fixture is by far one of the best fixtures I've seen on the market today. Not the little prejudice. Anyway, let's get into it. Aerus delivers really no glare, a little bit more evenly lit ceilings, a lot more control. But if we take a look at what's on the market today, most indirect fixtures require the mounting to be anywhere from 18 to 24 inches below the ceiling. Can you imagine 24 inches below the ceiling in order to get that ceiling lit evenly? You know, that's really bringing the ceiling level or the ceiling line down. You got a nice, beautiful 12-foot ceiling. All of a sudden now it's going to feel like you're in a 10-foot ceiling because you've got all these pendants hanging so low. Also, the fixture spacing, most common today is 8 foot on center. So you don't want to go any further than 8 foot on center on the standard fixture offerings today. You're going to create too much dark spots in between those fixtures, again, creating too much contrast. You can't even pass the well building standard with that much kind of contrast on the ceiling. So you really want to be careful on the install and the design of some of the fixtures today. They also, if they have a direct component to the fixture, that typically is a white lens underneath that fixture that usually brings a large amount of light that basically leads right into a tremendous amount of glare right below the fixture. The fixtures also deliver efficiencies of around 100 to 110 lumens per watt, and they're using typically an 80 CRI. So they're not too concerned about the color rendering ability in the office. So they use that 80 CRI, and they also use 80 CRI because it's usually the most efficient chip because lower CRI usually means a little higher lumen. But you can see that they're delivering only 100 to 110 lumens per watt. If you take a look at what Aerus is bringing to the table, Aerus has got a much wider light dispersion for a room, and it has the ability to suspend the fixture just 12 inches below the ceiling versus that 18 to 24 inches. So we're up close to that ceiling. So if you've got, even if you have a low ceiling in there in the first place, so if you have a 10-foot ceiling and you want to use indirect lighting, by all means, Aerus is the answer. You're only coming down to 9 feet. And still doing a really great job on delivering comfort into that space. The fixtures are also can be mounted up to 12 foot on center. Yeah, 12 foot on center, so you're going to get really good even contrast on the ceiling, which is, the wider you go with any fixture, you're going to get a little bit more contrast. But you're going to be able to deliver that recommended IES recommended foot candles on the desk, 12 inches below the ceiling, and up to 12 foot on center. It really is spectacular. Aerus, again, I said earlier, does have a direct component to it. But that direct dispersion is only 27% of the light being focused in a downward manner. So it really does allow for a really good visual, comfortable experience when sitting underneath them. I, in fact, have one above my head right now. I've been sitting under it for the last few weeks. Absolutely love it. The other thing I want to point out was the efficiencies of Aerus. Aerus is delivering 125 to 130 lumens per watt. And the kicker, we're using 90 CRI. That 90 CRI is going to deliver much better color rendering ability into the space. So we're not only controlling the glare, and we're not only delivering the IES recommended foot candles to the work plane, we're also delivering you tremendous color into the space. So happy employees mean more productive employees. Really does affect the bottom line when you're running any kind of business. Just wanted to make sure you knew that. So Aerus fixture is also very thin in profile. It's only 7/8 inches wide on the side. So if you take a look at the side profile here, you see that it's 7/8. You also see a little measurement there that says 1 3/8. That 1 3/8 is basically is the height of the mounting bracket that's on the back of the fixture. But the way the contour of that mounting bracket was developed, you will not see that from the side of the fixture. You'd have to get up to that ceiling plane in order to see it. I'll show you a little bit more detail of that later on in the presentation, that you really don't see anything on the side. So the only thing that you're seeing is that really thin profile of 7/8, which pretty much just blends right into any space. You really don't notice it. It's available in a 4-foot, 6-foot, and 8-foot individual unit. Really wasn't meant to run continuous rows. You don't need to run continuous rows. You need fewer fixtures of Aerus to light the space, not more. So really wasn't meant. You can butt 2 of them up together, or as many as you want together, and there's a little clip that we put in that holds them together, but each one of them has to be wired separately. And how do we get it so thin? Anadolic optics. The anadolic basically means without image. An anadolic optic that we're using, where I have it here. You can actually see my hand through it, so it's pretty transparent. Really clear. I don't know if you can see that, but it's extremely clear where that's pulling the light from the edge of the fixture. It's pulling it through, and our brilliant engineers designed an optic that not only performs brilliantly in getting the maximum light out of the fixture, but it also controls the amount of glare, virtually no glare. So great job on the engineering side. Aerus is a low voltage fixture. It's available in a 5, a 7, and a 10 watt per foot, and it's delivering about 124 lumens per watt. If you take a look at that distribution is beautiful. It really does throw that light out as wide as it possibly can. If you use one of these in a private office, you're probably reaching the walls with that light. Not too many indirect fixtures can do that. But it's extremely comfortable. I can't tell you enough how comfortable this fixture is. It's right above my head. You don't even see any glare on my head. There's no glare. So take a look at this beautifully comfortable fixture. You don't need many of them. You can look at the ceiling, how evenly lit it is. I'd love to show you an application shot, but unfortunately, I'm sort of locked down here, and my wife doesn't want me to mount these things in the living room. The other thing I wanted to point out too is because it's a low voltage fixture, we got rid of the cord. There's no power feed cord coming down that aircraft cable. Power is actually being fed down the power cable feed. That's one option. You can get it with the cord if you'd like. It's a low voltage power cord. So if you have an installer that's not too comfortable doing the cable power feed cord, you can do the low voltage cord. Not a problem. You can just order it that way. With that, if you want to learn more, please visit us at www.amerlux.com. Call us, call our reps. If you visit our website, there's a whole list of every agent that we have across country. They'd be more than glad to set up a demonstration. They are all fitted out with a sample of Aerus. So as soon as this thing breaks and everyone can get to move about the neighborhood and travel a little bit more, I'm sure they'd be more than glad to stop by your office and give you a full in-office demonstration. With that, thank you for your time. Share us, follow us, visit us at Amerlux, give us a call. We're here to help. Take care. Till next time.